Hi friends, I'm Dr. Anil Sabharwal, a practicing pediatrician from New Delhi. The mobile phone has become an inseparable part of our lives in today's times. Though it's an invention of great convenience, it has several downsides too. Today I'll be talking about the harmful impact of this addictive device on our children. Mobile phone manufacturers are extremely cunning. They keep producing newer models of their mobile phones which have a greater ease of operation and they have newer features. This ensures that we keep buying their newer models and remain glued to them for longer hours. With an endless content available 24/7, it has become the most popular source of entertainment today. We often find our children immersed for hours in their mobile phones, busy with either WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram, etc. In one of the studies in USA, it was found that nearly 60% of the college students are mobile phone addicts and 70% sleep with their phones right next to their pillows. 35% check their phones the first thing in the morning when they wake up. Now let's talk about some of the harmful effects of excessive mobile phone use in children. The mobile phone is an enemy of sleep. See, the infinite information it provides keeps the child awake for very long hours and inhibits his sleep. Our brains produce a sleep hormone which is called melatonin. The blue light emitted by the screen of a mobile phone inhibits the production of this melatonin, thereby causing a reduction in our sleep. Interestingly, our brain continues to work even when we are fast asleep. It processes information collected during the day, solves problems, and consolidates our memory. You must have observed several times that when you sleep with a problem, but when you wake up in the morning, that problem is already solved without making any effort. This is because the brain has been working overtime even while you were sleeping. Now, reduced sleep leads to a poor memory. Though I'll be deviating a bit from the main topic, I feel I should tell you a little bit about something called the sandwich sleep. The sandwich sleep is a short nap between two study sessions. It really enhances the retention of whatever we have studied. So we should use this simple hack in our children to improve their memories. It's quite a good idea for the child to have a short nap when he comes back from school. Now coming back, if a child spends hours on his mobile phone, it is obvious that he will have very little time for anything else, whether it is schoolwork or other household chores. This will ultimately lead to his lagging behind in academics. The mobile phone leads to a reduction in the child's ability to concentrate. It is common experience that while watching a video for about a minute, even we as adults get the urge to skip the remaining video and watch something else. What to talk of children? In children with heavy mobile phone use, this attention span is reduced markedly. As a result, the spillover of this habit goes on to studies as well. The child cannot focus on any topic for a significant period of time. Children with ADHD inherently have a poor ability to concentrate. This is something that we all know. The mobile phone makes this condition even worse. With prolonged use of a mobile phone, the child's interaction with his family becomes scantier. This leads to hesitancy in the child to interact with people from outside his family. As a result of this, he is likely to have very poor public dealing skills when he grows up. Most children start speaking between the ages of 1.5 to 3 years. If we start showing the mobile phone to a very small child, there is a great likelihood that the child's speech development will get delayed. In some children, the conditions become so bad that they not only do not speak, but also refuse to make eye contact with others. This condition is called pseudo-autism. The mobile phone is a very important source of stress in children. Some children keep worrying all day long that they might miss something, some information. As a result, they repeatedly keep checking their phones again and again and again. This condition is called FOMO. FOMO means it's an acronym for fear of missing out. If their friends get more likes than them on their Facebook posts, let's say, it can lead to an inferiority complex and depression. They might even pick up fights with their best of friends if they post something that is not to their liking. Depressed children can have a worsening of their depression to such an extent that some of them might even commit a suicide. Now, scientific studies have shown that children who use a mobile phone for more than 7 hours a day develop a shrinking of certain part of the brains. This is quite alarming. I've seen a lot of mothers pacifying their agitated children with mobile phones. They'll play some nursery rhyme or something, or distract their their babies while feeding them. Please never do this. This is not a good thing to do. Children who watch a mobile phone or a television while eating get so engrossed in their entertainment that they do not realize when they're full. As a result, they overeat and become fat. Lack of physical activity because of sitting at one place and just watching the mobile phone also leads to obesity. Advertisements of unhealthy food items prompt these children to pester their parents for buying these products, leading to they are again detrimental to the health of the child. These advertisements also provoke the child to force his or her parents to make unnecessary expenditures. Online games are extremely addictive and they can lead to gambling. Please remember that any one form of addiction often leads to another. So you have to, though the cell phone may appear very harmless, but it can lead to other addictions too. Violent games can make a child develop an aggressive personality. Children run the risk of getting exposed to pornography at a very young age. This increases their probability of indulging in underage sex, experimenting with drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. They can also become victims of sexual predators. Normally, a child gives enough indicators that he's soon going to become a mobile phone addict. Only we have to be vigilant enough to be able to recognize them in time and act accordingly. If a child checks his phone very frequently, please get alerted. This is a sign of alarm. If he imagines that his phone has rung or vibrated when neither of these things has happened, again, this is a sign of worry. He may not realize how much time he has spent on the phone just because he is too engrossed in it. And as a result of this, his schoolwork and other chores will remain incomplete. Please make a note of this. He may start telling lies about his phone usage. Lying in any way is not a good thing. But this is something that should alarm you. He may start staying aloof from the rest of the family members. He may get very angry if his phone is taken away from him. He might wake up repeatedly at night just to check up his phone, if he's received any newer messages or not. See, we can prevent mobile phone addiction in children by taking very simple precautions. Some of them are extremely simple. If you just introduce them in a real life, in a regular life, you can prevent all this. First of all, we ourselves have to be an ideal role model for the child. We must restrict our own phone usage in accordance with the demands that we are making of the child. You can't be double standard. You can't be having double standards as far as the child's phone usage is concerned. Never use the mobile phone to pacify a crying child or a child when he's being fed. You must fix a time for the child's mobile usage. No usage is allowed outside of this time. Always keep a watch on the content of his mobile phone. No violent or sexual content is permitted. Mobile phones are strictly prohibited at less than 2 years of age because this is the period when the child's brain is developing. And too much of phone watching can leave a lasting harmful effect on the developing small brain. Children between the ages of 2 and 5 years may be allowed to use the phone for up to an hour. On holidays, this can be extended by to 2 or 3 hours per day, not more than this. All programs should be advertisement free. The child should be educated that all information available on the internet is not true. There are certain areas which are strict no-go areas for the mobile phone. The dining table and the bedroom are strict no-go areas for the phone. Mobile phone usage should end at least 1 hour before bedtime. There should be no charger kept in the bedroom. The child should be encouraged to pursue sports, music, and other creative arts. I hope you found the content of this video useful. Please spread this message around so that we can save our children from cell phone addiction. Thank you.